The family of Kai Davis, 22, who was killed outside a nightclub in southwest London last year, have paid tribute to the sweet youth worker who always put himself before others. They spoke of their heartbreak as they come to terms with his murder at the hands of cold-blooded killers. They admitted that Kai's death has led them to feelings of despair and hopelessness after he was stabbed to death outside of Pryzm nightclub, Kingston. However, it isn't just the manner of Kai's death that his family are remembering, but his ability to love, care and dream. Kai was a talented footballer and had a large family. He had 3 sisters, 1 sister-in-law, a brother, a dad, a girlfriend, and his girlfriend's daughter, who Kai raised as his own. Cancer had already taken Kai's mum and one of his sisters. Now, his family are left reeling as they lose another member of their household, this time to knife crime. Kai's killers were jailed on the 19th of October for a total of 37 years. Their sentences came after the Harrow Youth Club worker and apprentice in plumbing and heating was stabbed a single time in his chest last summer, August 21, 2021. Before his life was stolen from him, Kai was raised by his 2 older sisters following their mother's death. Jardale, 28, and Bianca, 35, both gave heartbreaking testimonies in court and explained how his death is impacting them. Jardale spoke at Kingston Crown Court during Kai's killer's sentencing and said, "Kai Davis. A beloved son. A loving brother. An amazing uncle and father. A doting boyfriend. A special friend. I struggle to accept that Kai is no longer with us because life without Kai is just unbearable. Kai is one of the most polite young men for his age you will ever meet. He is sweet, he is kind, loving and caring. He had so much love to give and he wasn't afraid to show his emotions or feelings. You will never meet anyone quite like Kai. No one ever has a bad word to say about our boy. He was a pleasure to be around, he wasn't violent or aggressive. He had a heart of gold and he would have helped anyone he could have. I was always laughing and joking and had the most infectious smile. I could walk in any room and instantly bring laughter and joy to the people around him. I wanted peace and happiness, he wanted to live and love." Jardale went on to explain the pain that Kai's daughter was feeling since losing her dad. Kai's girlfriend, Olivia, told London how his death had impacted both herself and her daughter. Olivia said, "Kai was the most beautiful boy I had ever met. From the day I met him he treated me like a princess. At the age of 20, Kai took on my 1-year-old daughter and treated her like his own. They would spend hours dancing and singing together. Kai was the only person she would let touch her hair, they were best friends. I loved taking and picking her up from school and showing her off to all his family and friends. He was so proud to be a part of her life. He would spend all his wages on making sure she had everything she needed and that she always had the latest shoes and clothes. My poor baby still cries to see her daddy Kai, and it breaks my heart to think that because of these cowards, I will have to explain to her one day how she will never see him again. Kai was a big part of our family, he will forever be missed, and I will never forget how he sacrificed everything to make mine and my daughter's life the best it could be. I will forever be grateful. He really was the life and soul of our lives and will always be missed." Kai's family were outraged by the decision to give one of his killers, Joseph Barker, 11 years in prison, with parole after 2/3 of his time in jail. Despite their anger towards the justice system, they were keen to use their day to celebrate Kai's life. Lily, Kai's younger sister, spoke of the joy that Kai brought to her and the family's life. She said, "My brother was so kind, he had a heart of gold, and he truly was one of a kind. I know for sure Kai didn't deserve any of this, neither did my family. I was a family man, he loved his family, and he had a lot of love to give us. My niece sleeps with a doll that her uncle Kai got her, she can't settle without her Kai doll. She gets upset when she sees photos of my brother. I had to hold my niece whilst she cried and cried, and that's left another scar on me that will never heal. Losing Kai has broke my heart into a million pieces that can never be fixed. Never will I be the same again. Everything I know has changed for me. I can't sleep at night, tears pour from my eyes. I find myself saying I'm sorry Kai, sorry I couldn't be there to protect you. Sorry I couldn't comfort you and take the pain away." Bianca, Kai's older sister, summed up the joy that the 22-year-old brought to his family and the heartbreak they feel without him. She said, "I will forever be heartbroken without Kai. Kai was my beautiful baby boy, my only boy, and he can never be replaced. The love I have for Kai is a special love. Not only did I get to love him as a brother, but I also got to love him as a son too. The son I watched grow, a son who loved being around his family, and a son who had so much more to give to those around him." After Kai was stabbed. Then Miles, 24, was sentenced at the same court to life imprisonment with a minimum of 26 years before being considered for parole. Joseph Barker, 23, was found guilty of manslaughter for his part in Kai Davis's killing and sentenced to 11 years in prison. Barker will have to serve 2/3 of his prison time before being released on parole. Rest in peace Kai Davis, condolences to the family and loved ones.